Emmerdale has released an early preview of Dr Caitlin Todd's next step, as her intimidation of Jacob Sugden carries on. As part of a continuing issue-based plot, the ITV drama has followed the student being pressured and controlled by his superior at the hospital. In Wednesday's 6th of May episode, Jacob is seen strolling through the village while pushing a pram with baby Layla. Now that Dr. Todd is living nearby, she notices him and approaches, mocking him for being on paternity leave. During their exchange, Dr. Todd remarks that his colleague Richard is thriving while he is away. Before leaving, she adds that Jacob still has options. He can return to his job or remain at home, worrying about how best to care for his child. The encounter leaves Jacob feeling unsettled, and he is clearly frustrated by her behavior. Although the two had recently agreed to turn over a new leaf, the clip suggests that his troubles with Dr. Todd are far from over. Scenes airing this week will see Jacob's cunning boss set him up after he files an official complaint, deliberately making him appear to be at fault. Discussing what lies ahead for his character, Joe Warren Plant explained that emotions are reaching a breaking point. He noted that the job is something Jacob has always wanted, and it also meant a great deal to Layla, who was incredibly proud of him. He added that this motivation is what keeps Jacob going, as he refuses to give up and is determined to prove his strength and ability. While Jacob has many flaws, quitting is not one of them. The actor went on to say that, for now, Jacob is choosing to push through the situation. Even though stepping away might be the healthier choice, he continues to battle on, which often ends up putting him in even more difficult circumstances. Emmerdale has hinted at chaos ahead for Beowulf as he prepares to give evidence during the upcoming trial episodes. The character is set to face court over Ray Walters' death next week, after killing him earlier this year while protecting Paddy Dingle and Dylan Penders. In the dramatic scenes to come, Bear is required to testify after another exploited worker, Simo, delivers statements that end up backfiring on him. Speaking about Bear's courtroom experience, Joshua Richards revealed that his character becomes increasingly agitated and angry, particularly because he struggles in a structured legal environment. He explained that Bear isn't suited to handling situations diplomatically, hinting that his time on the stand could spiral into trouble, especially considering his earlier admission about Ray's death. The actor also pointed out that Bear isn't particularly sharp, which leads him to make decisions that don't help himself or those he tried to protect. Although he confessed, Bear never intended to kill anyone and does not see himself as a murderer. Instead, he is someone deeply affected by prolonged abuse, which has left him emotionally detached. Richards went on to say that Bear has little hope for a positive outcome and is mentally preparing himself for a life behind bars. He believes he deserves punishment due to his actions, even if his guilt is somewhat misplaced. According to the actor, Bear enters the trial with no sense of optimism, convinced that he must face the consequences and accept whatever fate awaits him. Despite the fact that his counselor provides supportive testimony, Bear remains emotionally shut down and is unable to fully process that someone is standing up for him. Richards added that the entire ordeal has been extremely tough for the character, leaving him in a state where he feels everything is already over, overwhelmed by despair and resignation. Emmerdale has revealed Dawn Fletcher's latest scheme to take down Joe Tate. In tonight's episode, Dawn teams up with two hidden allies as she sets her plan in motion, though it remains unclear whether things will go as smoothly as she expects. At first, Dawn is thrown into confusion, questioning whether deceiving Joe is the right decision. However, after an emotional conversation with Moira, she quickly regains focus and recommits to the strategy. Her hesitation begins when she notices how sincerely happy Joe is about the news that they are expecting a child together. Seeing a gentler side of him, Dawn briefly starts to imagine a future alongside him. Later, during a visit to Wishingwell Cottage, she opens up to Moira about her concerns. She explains that Joe has already told the children about the pregnancy, and they are now excitedly talking about their future as a family at Home Farm, a future that she knows isn't real. Dawn also admits that Joe behaves very differently around them, showing a side others rarely witness. As events unfold, Dawn appears to turn against the Dingles when she complains to Joe about Belle interfering with her progress at Take a Vow. Seizing the opportunity, Joe offers to give Dawn the funds needed to buy Belle out of the business, confidently claiming it will put her in her place. When Dawn later updates Moira and Belle, it becomes obvious that Joe has been successfully drawn into their trap. She reveals that he has taken the bait completely and that the money will soon be transferred to her account, crediting her allies for helping make it happen. While Moira and Belle are surprised by how easily everything has fallen into place, there is still a lingering question over whether this plan might lead to unexpected consequences later on. Emmerdale is set to revisit an earlier agreement between Kane and Charity Dingle, as her intense baby storyline continues, with her keeping a major secret from those around her. Charity had previously agreed to act as a surrogate for her granddaughter Sarah Sugden, who is now married to Jacob. In a dramatic sequence on the ITV series, she gave birth to baby Layla inside a hospital lift, with Mackenzie Boyd and Ross Barton by her side. However, the child is not actually Sarah and Jacob's. Instead, Layla is the daughter of Charity and Ross, following a one-night encounter between them. The truth about the baby's parentage, along with their brief relationship, remains known only to the two of them. Before Layla's arrival, Charity shared a meaningful moment with Kane, during which he gifted her a St. Christopher necklace and promised to support her whenever she might need him. That promise could soon be put to the test due to the secret she is hiding. With Dr. Caitlin Todd, who already holds a grudge against Jacob, now blackmailing Charity after uncovering the truth, it seems increasingly likely that everything will be exposed. When that happens, Kane's loyalty to Charity may be challenged. Jeff Hordley, who portrays Kane, hinted that Charity would likely turn to him once the truth comes out, adding that he would like to see Kane step up and stand by her. He also reflected on the long-standing connection between the two characters and expressed appreciation for their shared history on the show. Although Kane has pledged his support, he has recently been opening up to Sarah, who has helped him cope with his cancer diagnosis. After several emotional scenes, Hordley praised Katie Hill's performance, describing her as a talented young actor and a pleasure to work with. He also noted that while a previous character once played a similar role in Kane's life, Sarah brings a slightly different dynamic, yet still manages to encourage him to express his feelings. Emmerdale is broadcast on weekday evenings at 8 p.m. on ITV1, and episodes are also available to watch from 7 a.m. via ITVX and YouTube.